discussed in Wants and Needs, How to Spot the Pain Point in Hobby Businesses, podcast week 2, I found a pain point, a current state and a desired state, and I wanted to solve it by purchasing an activity tracker. I needed something that would hold me accountable to a healthy lifestyle, and I had a lot of friends who were using it, and it seemed like a good option. Needs can be categorized in many different ways, but during this purchase, I feel that psychogenic needs were definitely applied, especially because I was in the process of becoming a member of a culture. Part of me wanted to be part of this fit subculture and have this affiliation with healthy, conscious people. The end result? I want an activity tracker. So the search is on, the information search that is, internal and external, trying to seek personal information, what I can recount from my past experiences with activity trackers, and seeking from my friends information, reading blogs, and seeking out other resources. Internet research was my primary resource because it's convenient, easy, and gives me access to various options and can give me all the information I need. Even though it's marketing controlled information, it still provided fruitful during the process. After all that researching, I was able to narrow down my search to my Evoke set, an Apple Watch, a Bella Beat, and a Fitbit, all activity trackers. After I narrowed it down to my top 3, I had to make a list of pros and cons to figure out what I really wanted. Once I analyzed my list, it was time to call my sister to make sure that I would avoid any cognitive dissonance post-purchase. Family is very important to consumer buying and decisions, which is what we learned in week 5. And the video played, Siblings Band Together, really touched upon the influences of siblings. And my sister was just like the example. She raised me because my parents were both working, and with the technological advances, I can phone her straight away for every decision. Nevertheless, I still suffer from selective distortion. I own an Apple laptop, iPad, and iPhone. I have a preference for Apple products because that's what I grew up with. Thankfully, rational choice theory saves the day, which is discussed in the book in week 2 on influence and consumer behavior from 2010, in which we rank preferences and we choose goods that are utilized with maximization, just like the Apple. It's convenient and syncs to everything, so I can get much more out of it. I had to go with a safe, reliable purchase and a brand that I can count on. Also, I wanted to make sure that I can maximize the utility and make sure I can do this with a reasonable amount of money. For those reasons and plenty more, the Apple Watch took the prize. Now the next step was to make the purchase. I've decided the iWatch is the winner. Now it's the purchasing part that's a big deal. How am I going to pay for this? Oh, I'm a Generation Y single female. So according to the expanded family, that means I'm financially stable or at least independent. And I can agree with that. I can actually go forward with this without having to think too much about the consequences. However, I wanted to physically go to the store and feel it, touch it, see it, and make sure that it was everything I expected it to be, that it was everything that I saw and researched online, and that if I had any last-minute questions or desires I can ask about accessories and anything additional, I can get that assistance when I'm physically at the Apple Store. So I walked in, checked the colors, figured out what I wanted, asked the last minute detail questions that I really was a little, not sure about. And once that was all clear, I looked at the pricing, confirmed how much it was, went back home, went online, and actually found the color I wanted with the band that I preferred for about a little bit less, maybe $30 less than the actual store price. And that was enough for me to actually decide to go on with the online purchase. Because in my mind, it's the same thing, and an extra $30 means I get coffee for another few weeks. So my purchasing involved this route. Now that the purchase has been done, I'm really excited because it is all mine, and that sensation of opening something new feels like Christmas, and it feels particularly special because it's something that I was involved in and something that I feel is low risk because of the fact that I have actually done my research, filled in all the blanks that I had to have, and Apple does a really good job about warranties and making sure that I don't feel like if something's wrong with it, I'm at a loss. So this is what was important to me, and I'm really glad I purchased it, and it'll help me get into that fit zone, or at least make me feel like I am, because I'll have that accountability, and it'll be useful, and I can use it not only for the health features, but it also syncs to all my Apple stuff, so I can actually just use it for everything now, and it just feels like I'm completely connected, but in a good way.